was watching First Take earlier when we were talking about his comments comparing LeBron and KD and how KD clapped back at him. Pippen took to Twitter responding to you, Stephen A., saying LeBron James won a championship without any help. That's certainly a take. Obviously, we know he played with Kyrie Irving and Dwayne Wade, Anthony Davis. And there he is, chilling, living his best life right there and watching the show. Stephen A., your thoughts on what Scottie said? And Big Perk's back here with us.
Let me say this. I'm going to reiterate what I said earlier. Scottie Pippen is a 6-time champion. Michael Jordan would not have won those rings without Scottie Pippen. If it wasn't for a bogus call by Hugh Hollins in favor of Hubert Davis against Scottie Pippen and the Chicago Bulls, I believe Scottie Pippen would have won the title that year without Michael Jordan, because I think the Chicago Bulls were built to be the Houston Rockets team led by Hakeem the Dream Olajuwon. I truly believe that. Having said all of that, accentuating and acknowledging the greatness of Scottie Pippen. Scottie Pippen, my brother, with all due respect, you done lost your damn mind. You really, really have. LeBron James won a ring without help. D. Wade and Chris Bosh weren't help. Ray Allen, one of the greatest shooters in NBA history, wasn't help. You win in Cleveland. Kyrie Irving wasn't help. Kevin Love wasn't help. Really? You go to LA and you got Anthony Davis. That wasn't help? In what world? In what world? Now, I have been on the record stating, I thought that the response that KD gave to Scottie Pippen was unnecessary. Not responding to Scottie Pippen, just what he said, bringing up stuff about Scottie and the headache game. That ain't necessary. Just address what Scottie Pippen said specifically about you from a basketball analysis perspective and leave it be. I'm addressing solely what Scottie Pippen said on Twitter. LeBron won a ring without help. Scottie Pippen, that's one of the most ignorant comments I've ever heard come out of your mouth about the sport of basketball.
Well,
that is factually erroneous, completely incorrect, false to the highest degree, and I just told you why. You need to delete that tweet, even though it's now in the stratosphere, it won't matter, but you need to delete it for your own credibility. Because anybody that knows basketball knows that LeBron James had help when it came to his chips. That don't make no damn sense.
No one ever wins a chip without help. I'll say this about LeBron James. I think what Scottie, maybe, I don't know, we need to talk Scottie. But like in 07, he got them there. He got the worst squad ever, basically, to the finals. In 2015, without Kyrie or Kevin Love, right? He got to a game 6 with Dellavedova as his second best player. LeBron
what about his tweet?
LeBron
the tweet said
able,
LeBron won a ring.
I get it. LeBron is able to do more with less than anyone who ever lived. That's different than, say, Michael Jordan, who it's like, here's Mike, here's something. He'll never miss. He'll win every time. So, but I get what Scottie means. The gist of it, of course, LeBron always had help when he won the championship. But the gist of it is LeBron can do more with less than everyone else. And it seems to me in Scottie's book, that makes him the best.
You're funny. You really make me laugh. KP, I'm going to let you go. I'm just going to say, Max, you really, really make me laugh. You're the only person that I know that can have a direct damn quote. A direct quote on Twitter.
And
you interpret it. I'm quoting him.
That's right.
I'm quoting him. LeBron won a ring.
On it. Yeah,
LeBron won a ring.
I'd like some clarification on his quote. I'd like to know what he means by doesn't have
You know what he means? So you just going to ignore the quote.
What did I just say? I'd like clarification on it. I don't know which title he's talking about.
Max,
go ahead, KP.
obviously, the picture that we saw right after the tweet with him smoking a cigar and drinking bourbon at 9:30 in the morning East Pacific time, he obviously just passed you a glass of it as well, because both of y'all out y'all damn mind, all right? Because look, first of all, forget LeBron James needing help. I don't know anybody that won a championship in NBA history without having help. Michael Jordan needed Pippen. Pippen needed Jordan. Kobe needed Shaq. Shaq needed Kobe. Kobe needed Dwayne Wade. Dwayne Wade needed Shaq. Paul Pierce needed KG and Ray Allen. Ray Allen and KG needed Paul Pierce. I don't get this for the life of me. I don't know what message he was trying to send in this tweet, but like Stephen A. just alluded to, he needs to delete it. There's no clarifying this. What I'm saying is this. He's trying to take a subliminal shot at Kevin Durant and saying Kevin Durant needs help to win a title.
He needs more help.
Everybody needs help to win a title.
But he needs more than LeBron.
Everybody. Even a great Bill Russell had help.
Of course.
Even a great
we know
Magic
that.
Johnson.
Well, everyone needs help to win a title, both of you. But look, the bottom line is this. KD was on a team with help in OKC. He couldn't get past the Warriors. LeBron could, right? So KD went to the Warriors, who gave him more help than any superstar ever had help in the history of basketball.
All right, Max, let me ask you a
the point
question.
seems to be KD needs more help than LeBron. Isn't that fair?
Max, I got stuff that I want to get to. So I'm talking about not statements. I got questions. So I need quick answers from you, Max. I know it's almost impossible, but try. I need quick answers from you because I got several questions, okay? Could KD have won the title in Cleveland with Kyrie and Kevin Love?
No, he'd have lost to the Warriors.
He'd have lost to the Warriors?
Mm-hmm.
Kevin Durant with Kyrie and Kevin Love.
He had Russell Westbrook and Serge Ibaka and Steven Adams. He lost to the Warriors.
To that Warriors team that had Clay, Steph, and Draymond.
And Iguodala. Yeah.
And Iguodala. KD would have lost to them?
Yeah, I think so. He did lose to them. He did lose to them.
No. I said KD with Kyrie and Kevin Love.
Well, I'll put it another way. Give
God.
LeBron James. I just said yes. I gave you your answer. I gave you your answer.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.